Hi, I'm Iqbal and I built PayFlow to solve a problem I've seen too many times. Freelancers lose $71 billion every year to payment disputes. Client ghosts after receiving work. Escrow services charge 20% fees. Bank transfers takes days. I thought, what if we could just use AI to create invoice instantly and blockchain to guarantee payments? That is PayFlow. So let's start. We connect with the wallet and we come to the dashboard. Now we can see it's a very clean dashboard, and come to the invoices and let's create a new invoice. Let's say we're creating an app for an NCC company for 900 amount, and we'll be delivering in 3 milestones. Okay, so we click on generate invoice with AI, and we just written everything in just plain English, and Google Gemini AI instantly converts this into a professional invoice with structured milestones. No templates, no manual entry. I just review it, and let me show you the magic behind the scene. So when we click on the button create and send invoice, this invoice gets registered on Ethereum blockchain using MNEE stablecoin. It's immutable, transparent, and trustless. Now it's taking its time, confirming on blockchain, and then saving it to the database. So now the invoice is created, the invoice number and everything. We can generate the message to the client as well, with the payment link and everything, asking them to pay the invoice money and review the work as well. So we go back to the invoice. So we can see over here the financial health. At the moment, nothing is released, nothing is on escrow. Pending is 900. There are initial stages of the milestone for the freelancers to look into it. And let's say for initial design and planning, he will finish his task and send payment request. The payment request gets with an email to the client, and let's see what the client sees. So let's say the client sees the invoice and review his work and everything like that, and decides to pay the money in escrow. So for the first milestone, they agree to get that payment done. So he confirms it. Just a second. Okay, cool. So the payment get queued and got paid. And now if we come back and to the invoices and see the NCC invoice, now the first 270 initial design and planning payment is paid by the it's in the escrow and paid by the client, 270 MNE. And now let's say he has already finished the task and now wants the payment get released to him. The client looks at the payment and release the payment. Hey, and the payment gets paid. So on the freelance side, when he looks at it, the payment is cleared for the first milestone. So everything behind the scene, it's working in a very nice magical way, and and the freelancer also feeling very comfortable working with the client, that the payment is not going to be ghosted. The funds are now locked in a smart contract. He can see the see that, and he can the client approves the works, and no more ghosting and no disputes at all. And I want to tell you, 99% goes to the freelancer, the amount which gets released. Just 1%, think of it like the platform fee. Compare that to 20% on traditional platforms. And I want to show you behind the scene as well what's happening. So on the payment side, you can see the last transactions and everything, what has been released and everything like that. And on the dashboard, how much total revenue the freelancer has generated, how much spending, how much he has completed with all the different projects he's working with. And on the front end, the technology which I'm using is React 19, TypeScript, White, Rainbow Kit for wallet connection. On the back end, I'm using Node.js, Express, Prisma ORM with Postgres SQL on Neon. So this is my database. On blockchain, Solidity smart contracts on Ethereum using MNEE stablecoin I'm using with Alchemy. And let me show you, this is Alchemy app metrics, and all the transactions and everything you can see over here. Let me show you as well the Etherscan, and show you the last transactions which has happened. So you can see over here the last 2 minutes ago which transaction has been cleared and everything like that. With AI, I'm using Google Gemini for natural language invoice generation. And let me tell you about briefly that PayFlow is an AI-powered invoices blockchain secured escrow built for the future of freelancing. I worked on it for very, very long, and it has an amazing time for me to build this technology. And on blockchain, I'm using Solidity, Ethereum, Sepolia, MNEE token, OpenZeppelin, Alchemy, and for authorization, I'm using sign in with Ethereum and JWT tokens. And I hope you love it. That's pretty much it. I'm Iqbal, and thanks for watching.